All right, you guys, there's coming right at you is some real life in the RV, everyday life in an RV. I've been doing dishes the last couple days, and this keeps happening. I don't know if you can see that, where my little extender dealio won't go back. Oh, now it goes back in. It's been getting caught a lot lately. And the only thing that makes that happen is when my under the sink looks like this. Oh my gosh, it's such a wreck. So today we're going to pull it all out. We're going to wipe it down, and we're going to try to make some good decisions on what to keep, what to maybe downsize in. So let's get to it. Your under sink doesn't look like this. If it does, maybe it's time for you to do a little declutter and a little reorganizing yourself. But absolutely no judgment here, because this is what it ends up looking like. The other part of the reality of this is that I was just going to do dishes, and I also have bagels going. I have butter out to make either shortcake or cookies or both. Who knows? And then I get derailed by something like this. I don't know, if that happens to you, put a note in the comments about getting derailed or off task because something else shows up that needs more attention a little more urgently. Well, first of all, let's empty it out. Oh, it keeps getting, as you can see in here, there's this weight. It just keeps getting caught on something down here. Yep, probably on this. Pet stain odor remover. You know, the interesting thing about doing this is that you find things that you forgot you had. Obviously, the need for declutter, because I have a pet stain remover here, and I have this natural one here. You know, which one works better? Would I be able to find it if I was looking for it? Probably not. So this is always a good idea to go through and see what's what and what might be ready to get rid of. This area is very small back here because the doors don't open all the way, so they're kind of in the way. All right, so far, oof, look at all the nasties. Static guard, hardware. All right, look how empty this was. This just means is that I'm just really bad at putting things back the way where I found them. I will admit it, and Oli will second that emotion very wholeheartedly, that I sometimes don't put things back. I don't know who else is guilty of that. Show of hands, who does that? Me, for sure. You know, it's funny, I still have a ton of this disinfectant spray from COVID, because when we bought it, when you saw it, so I actually have a few in here. This one's partly used, though, so. Is it too much? Possibly. Oh, easy oven cleaner. Almost. This I would probably use for the grill, is probably why I have it. Or something that I originally brought from when we had our stick and brick. Probably, possibly. Then we have Windex. Carpet Fresh. Morpheus oil soap, which I never want to have this much on hand because I really don't use it, but I don't know what else to put it in. Some mosquito dunks that we used when we were in Corpus, and quite a bit of bug spray, which is outdoor, but it must have been on sale. All right, and let me get this out of the way and wipe this shelf off. So I can tell you one thing that I am not finding down here under the sink, which I am extremely happy about, is I am not finding any rodent droppings. Did we ever tell you about the time we had a rat in the RV? Well, I'll give you a little story while I'm working. Story time. When we lived in Corpus, or we were staying down in Corpus, one winter, one of the first winters, I discovered that I found rat dropping on the floor. Now, I know you can't see this very well, but maybe in this back corner over here, there's a square box that holds the plumbing coming up from underneath. And that was just purely open down to underneath the RV. So there, again, you know, little holes, but it's just blocked off, and any rodents that got into the underbelly could access. The other thing, and I can't show you it now because we have closed it off with some foam and to keep anything from coming up. But if I put my hand down there, I could actually reach out, and I would be to the outside of the island here. And doing that, if a rat came up, it could actually come out right through that hole on the underside of the island here, and it could have access to the whole RV. So one day I noticed a little dropping, and I'm like, what is that? So I got down in here, and sure enough, a rat had come and chewed some of the most oddball things I would never have expected. A bingo dauber. It had chewed a big hole in one of these that I have had replaced. Anything that was plastic or rubber covered, chewed all that. And I don't know how long it was here. I had to throw out pretty much everything. Hence, I put a lot of things doubled in plastic, because if it might have chewed it, but it wasn't going to, get inside it, and then I wouldn't have to throw everything away, because I didn't want that happening again. We haven't had any issues since, and we did catch that booger in a trap in the underbelly one night. I heard it snap, and I was like, okay. I got Oli up and said, hey, I think we caught that rat. And sure enough, it was good size. Bigger than a mouse, smaller than a cat. All right, so far I have this. Now this is a soft-sided one, and I like to have it tall. I really like to have plastic, because that way if something leaks, it's not going to ruin the wood of this base here, but I also like it to be tall like this, and so far I've not replaced this with a plastic bin. I make sure that all my squirt bottles are closed, and things are, you know, they're all closed, so that there's the less spillage, and plus they're in there tightly so that there's nothing falling over when we are traveling. But the plastic bottoms I like a lot, because then if there is any leakage, it's going to protect this, because, you know, face it, these aren't it's not the best product in the world, but I want it to stay nice, and in the future I might think about doing something a little bit different with the base of this. Anyway, so that's why I like to use the plastic. Okay, I got it in, and now I'm taking some of it out again. I'm gonna do a little do-over because I discovered I want to try to put something down on here, and I have this skid pad here, and I'm gonna try it out next. And now for the big reveal. Doesn't that look nice? I really didn't get rid of very much. I did get rid of plastic bags, or I actually ended up folding them. I only have a few because I use cloth bags when I go shopping, but I do end up with a few here and there. So those ended up just like right here. This is an extra dish drainer, and I just put a couple things in there, but I think it's quite functional and it looks great. It's going to make this keep from getting caught. Having that cleaned up is just one less thing I'll have to worry about for a little while, until I mess it up by not putting things away properly the next time.